maximum 7 days or 8 days.
Okay, maybe by
Next weekend.
and
No.
SQL, sir?
No. Oracle will be completed this weekend only.
Okay.
Okay. PLSQL will take 7 days. So that's why I'm saying totally next weekends.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now go for synonyms. So whenever you are performing join operation, are you specifying the alias names or not? Okay, those alias names are temporary or permanent? Yes. Generally, whenever you are using alias name, it is a temporary name, and that alias name can work for that query only. Okay, it cannot affect the next query. But I want to create a permanent alias name for a particular table. A lengthy table name is there. Customer fixed deposit transaction amount details. That is my complete table name. So whenever I have a requirement to fetch the data from the table, every time I have to specify the complete table name. So that much of lengthy table name I don't want to maintain. So how should I use the shortcut name for that much of lengthy table name? Means by creating a synonym for the table. Okay. So synonym is nothing but an alternate name or alias name. It is always permanent alias name. Okay. So once you create a synonym for a table, you can use a table name to fetch the data. You can use permanent alias name to fetch the data. Okay. Now see, you have to create permanent alias name for the table. Okay, so we can fetch the data by using alias name or table name. Fetch the data by using alias name or table name. Now, syntax. Create synonym, and here synonym name. Yeah, for keyword you have to use table name. Example, create synonym. Synonym name is CD for the table customer. Suppose customer details. This is my table name. So instead of using customer details table name, you can use CD whenever you are having the requirement. X6, yeah. 256 characters. Yes. So before in the earlier versions, it supports up to 32 characters. So later it is supporting up to 64 characters. After that, it has supported 128 characters. Nowadays, it is supporting 256 characters. Yes. And also, how many number of maximum columns per a table are allowed? No, 255. 255 columns are allowed per a Oracle table. Allowed number of maximum columns per a single table. Okay. How many number of subqueries we can be able to write within a query? 64. How many number of joins it will support maximum? Yes, 64. Yes, maximum we can write 64 subqueries within a query. And the same time, maximum we can specify 64 different joins or same joins within a single query. Okay. So in case of a Teradata, it is 128 and 128. Remember it. Teradata supports there is a SQL path is there. So maximum we can write 128 subqueries within a single query, and maximum we can specify 128 joins within a single query. Okay. So how to select the data by using alias name? Select star from customer details, or you can also use select star from CD. CD. Both will return same results. Okay. Yeah. Here you are having, and one moment, there is a note important thing. At some interview panels you may get this question. So here you are having two types of synonyms. Types of synonyms are two. One is a private synonym. So used by the owner only. And one is, so this is the default synonym, remember it. This synonym is always default. So whatever the synonym created previously, that is a private synonym. And public synonym. So public synonym. So it will be created by one user, but it can be used by all users. Used by all the authenticated users. How many number of user accounts are there? That many number of users can use this public synonym. Users. So how to create a public synonym? Just use the word public. Synonym. Synonym name for table name. Yes. Enough. Right? This is about the synonym. Yeah, how to drop a synonym. How to delete it? Drop synonym name. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. Okay, by using user underscore synonyms. Okay, select star from user underscore synonyms where table underscore name is equal to so and so. Then it will display synonym names created on that table. Yes. And drop synonym and synonym name. Yes. Now, how to go for sequences? So if you finish this sequences topic, we have only two topics in your Oracle part: clusters and Oracle functions. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow, your SQL part will be completed. Okay, sequences. What is a sequence? Yeah. Suppose I have a student table is there. That student table I am generating for the section CSE students. CSE class A students, let us assume like that. So maximum number of students within a section is 1 to 60. Okay, and I'm maintaining the roll number 1 to 60.
Okay.
So whenever I am inserting the values into the table, I have to look for whether I am inserting the sequential value or not.
Okay.
Am I right? Suppose if you have inserted 4 records, 1, 2, 3, 4. Tomorrow you want to insert one more record into the same table. So
Okay.
yes, you have to verify how many number of records are entered, what is the previous roll number value you have entered. So okay, every time you have to verify what was the previous value and what was the current value I am entering, and you have to verify whether I am maintaining the sequence or not. So instead of doing that, just create a sequence, and through that sequence you can insert the value into the column. Automatically sequence has having the responsibility to maintain the sequence of numbers, and you can also set up the starting value and ending value, and you can also specify the incrementing value also. Okay, so what is a sequence? It is a database object. It is a database object which is used to generate the sequential numbers. Generally these numbers are used for primary keys. Numbers can be useful as a primary key values. How to create it? Syntax. Create sequence, and here sequence name, increment by some value, start with some value, okay, end with some value. Okay. How to create it? Example, create sequence stud roll number, increment by 1, start with 1, end with 60. Okay, so here you are creating a sequential number, student roll number. The name of the sequence is student roll number, and the sequence is beginning with 1 and ending value is 60, and incrementing value 1 means, suppose if it is beginning with starting with 1 means that is the next value 2. Yeah. Okay, I have created some sequences. How should I know what are the sequences are there? So select star from user underscore sequences, and remember sequence is not a dependent object, it is an independent object. Since you are not creating a sequence on any table, independently you are creating a sequence. Into which table if you want to use it, just use it. Okay, whereas the views, synonyms or indexes are always dependent objects. Yeah. Okay, now how to see the current value and next value of a sequence by using two variables or there, curval to see the current value of a sequence, whereas next val to display the next value of a sequence. Example, select, I'm accessing the value from student underscore roll number dot curval from Jewel. It will display 1. Next example, select stud underscore roll number dot next val from Jewel. Then it will display 2. Okay. How to insert the sequence value into primary key column? Insert the sequence value into a primary key value. Insert into EMP values. Generally you can write like this: 1 comma A comma some CSE comma fees 23,000 comma and so on. This is the way of you are inserting the values. But here insert into EMP values. So roll number dot, I am accessing the value from the sequence stud underscore roll number, comma, specify A, comma, some 24,000, comma, and so on. Okay. So at the place of direct value, you are specifying roll number column name dot sequence name, so that column can access its value from the sequence automatically. Okay, it has access to the first value, means second time it will take the next value, third time it will take the next value automatically. Clear? Yeah. Now, how to delete a sequence? Delete the sequence in the sense, drop sequence name. Finished. Right? So this is about your sequences and synonyms. Tomorrow I will go for the clusters. Clustered views and clustered indexes are also there. After finishing it, I will go for the functions. Right? Okay, Sri. Tomorrow I will continue the remaining part. Okay. Yeah. Bye-bye.